Go to combat. Oh, that's actually crazy. That works out better than I thought. What's going on, YouTube? Achilles here, and today we are revisiting my mono white artifact deck. This time around, we made it rotation proof. For once the sets rotate out, we will have this deck ready for the new meta, and it will only get better once we add cards from the new set into here. But if you don't know, this deck is based around Ugin, Eye of the Storms, and we try to take advantage of the line of text that says whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to one targeted permanent that's one or more colors. And a lot of cards in this deck are colorless. We're only playing the mono white shell, so we could take advantage of stuff like Day of Judgment. And with the Final Fantasy set out, we have cards like White Auracite, which is an artifact, which does everything we need it to do, because it takes care of a non-land permanent, and then we get to use it as an extra form of ramping. And with Ashe, Princess of Dalmasca, we could find more artifact cards when it attacks, so we could just keep everything going in our favor. So even if we don't draw Ugin, we have a bunch of other cards to throw the opponent off balance, such as Chimil, the Inner Sun, Nexus of Becoming, and a new addition that I threw in here is Summon Knights of Round, because you're going to be able to get a lot of mana really quickly between stuff like the Hedron Archive, Ring of Lucii, the White Auracite, and even just naturally just playing out the game. You're going to go Irencrag, Solemn Simulacrum to give you an extra land. So if you don't go for Ugin, you just drop this on them, and if they can't answer this, then you're going to be bringing out 3 Knights every turn, and you're going to have this 3/3 indestructible body. So we play control, and we deal with whatever opponent throws at us, and then once the time is right, we drop Ugin and take over the game. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Candy Trail, 2 Ghost Vacuum, 2 Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Instant Ramen, 4 Mazemind Tome, 1 the Irencrag, 3 Ashe, Princess of Dalmasca, 4 Day of Judgment, 4 White Auracite, 1 Hedron Archive, 1 Ring of Lucii, 1 Solemn Simulacrum, 1 Chimil, the Inner Sun, 1 Nexus of Becoming, 4 Ugin, Eye of the Storms, 1 Summon Knights of Round, and for lands we got 2 Ishgard, the Holy Sea, 10 Plains, 4 Adventurers Inn, 4 Demolition Field, and 4 Fountainport. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos. Let's get right into these games. Okay, we get to go first. This is a really nice hand for us. Going Candy Trail on turn 1 for this deck is probably the most ideal, because it's going to set you up for the up-and-coming turns. I'm going to take them both. The mindset is we just want to get a bunch of lands that we could just use. And we're going to be gaining a bunch of life too, by the way, between Candy Trail, Instant Ramen, and Adventurers Inn to keep us in this game. They're playing a unit deck, it looks like. This could be interesting. I think we gotta make things a little bit difficult for them, though. Let's get rid of this summon. Can't let it be that easy for them. That's so funny. What a play. Guess we'll just draw a card then. Their graveyard isn't too relevant. I'd rather just take the card. They probably have a bunch of removal cards in their hand, and they're just like, oh man, just play a creature or something. Meanwhile, little do they know. Let's So we're going to play the Ring of Lucii. And we're just going to draw another card with Mazemind Tome at the end of their turn. I'm not going to go Instant Ramen while I have this out, just because they could easily exile this next. So I want to take full advantage of this card while I have it out. And plus, once the Ugin comes out, it's going to be good to have artifacts in your hand, so you could get the additional exiling of cards on the field that are one or more colors. So there is that mindset to it as well. So what do we get? It's not bad. But we gain some more life. Next turn... Oh, we could go for Ugin right now, actually. Look at that. You know what? Let's do that. Let's exile that. Let's just draw a card for now. Let's see if they can answer it. They sure can. That's fine. There's more Ugins where that came from. I don't think it's time for us to go for another Ugin. They have to put more on the board for us to want to do that. So we're going to go for Ashe and Chimil. It's so funny. I don't think we need those right now. I think I'm just going to try to look for a... card that could exile stuff in their graveyard. That would be very relevant against a deck like that. So now we're going to go for the Ugin. Let's get rid of that. Draw a card. Now let's go for the swing and find an artifact. Find one. And then we're going to pass.
One step in stratagem.
Alright, and now at instant speed we can flash this in, triggering Ugin. At instant ramen speed, I mean. Because even if they go Yuna, the best target is the summon Fenrir. I mean, yeah, they go nowhere to run, but it's not as good either. Another one. Legendary play. Might as well just exile this card. Just so they don't have it. One less card at their disposal. There's the Nexus. That would be useful. There's the Yuna. There's the Overlord. A turn too late, guys. It's so funny. Alright, so what is the move, you may ask? It's a good question. I think we're going to use this Nexus of Becoming. Go for Soul Guide. think we just go from there, honestly. To draw a card off the Instant Ramen entering. Nice. What a perfect card to draw. Get rid of the Una. Or not to draw, we defined. Another Overlord. Well then, that's a card to add. What do we do? I think we just look for a board wipe. We have 4 Day of Judgment, and yeah, there it is. What a coincidence. I think I'm going to go for the swing first because I want to find... I'll decline that this turn, just so I can find another card. And that is definitely much useful. Take a block. Go for the Day of Judgment. Go Ghost Vacuum now. Get rid of Esper Origins. They're going to go for the Knights next turn, but we will hopefully be ready by finding a card that could deal with it. That's what I'm going to be trying to do right now, I think. Just going to find a card. Because it has Indestructible on it, that's the whole thing. We have a few mana left. Alright, we're going to go for another Ashe, because this could potentially find another White Auracite, if anything. Oh, there we go. We're going to put it in our hands. Problem solved. So now if they go and bring out the Summon Knights around, we just get rid of it, and they're going to have 3 Knights out, but that is the move. And a nowhere to run to get rid of the Ashe. That is totally fine. Okay, guys. Oh, look at that. We drew another one. What a coincidence. So we're going to get rid of you. Might as well just clear the board. Get 2 cards if we wanted with that. But I don't think that is the move. What are we going to do? Let's go to combat. Bring it out as a creature. I think we'll get these 2 back. And we're going to use stuff for the whole sake of making them 3/3 bodies. Ooh, wonder what that's going to get rid of. Get rid of that. That's fine. We'll just get rid of that Summon Knights again. It's fine with me. Also, Take that. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna, once again, take away that. What can we do now? Let's get a little scrying going for us. Combat. Just gotta find an Ugin. I think we just go from there. Wow. Now, if that isn't the ultimate card to get, I don't know what is. That's crazy. This is what it's going to come down to. Alright. So now we are in a crazy situation. But I still believe that we can get out of it. They have nowhere to run their graveyard. I'm gonna get rid of it right now. Now go for our own knights. Gotta find the Ugin. If we could find the Ugin, we could potentially win this. That's still pretty good. Where did they draw this time? Nothing, I guess. Gonna make the ultimate field. No way we got it. That's crazy. Interesting hand. If we could find some more lands, then it would be very nice. They're playing pretty aggressive right away. So the Day of Judgments will be useful if we can get to 4. Would you look at that? Now they could take away a Day of Judgment if they want. Which they might, and then use Duress the following turn or something else. But no, they get rid of Ghost Vacuum. Very interesting. Oh no. Duress number 1. Yep, that's fair. They could go Deep Cavern Bat right now or another Duress. But little do they know, I drew a plane. Oh my goodness. Plus I just gave him that card. It's a big misplay on my end. Keep forgetting about Tiny Bones. Good thing we could deal with that next turn. I'll let them get that in. I'm not going to block the Tiny Bones. I'm just going to try to get the advantage off the Ashe before I go for the Day of Judgment. There we go. Another Archfiend, okay. That is fair. Deal with that accordingly. Plenty of creatures for the Ghost Vacuum, so it'll be very relevant this game. Give me back my Candy Trail. I believe they will pick Chimil, the Inner Sun, over Day of Judgment, but I could be wrong as well. Yep, because that is definitely a card they don't want me to resolve. I could get it right back, though. That's the best part. You know what? Give me back my card. And all this does is just ramp us up even more. For when we draw Ugin number 2, 3, or 4, we'll be in business. It's a Bloodletter. I don't trust our opponent. They could be playing anything just to throw me off and just trying to hit me with some one-shot kill with Bloodletter, so we just got to keep them off balance the whole time. Yeah, we don't need neither of those. See what we could draw now. It's a good card. Which one's better to play, you may ask? I think the Chimil is. Sure. Why not? I'll make him use the Demolition Field right now, thinking that it's okay, since I put that at the top of my deck. But I don't really care if they use Demolition Field or not, either way. Okay, they get a land. They just ignore the Candy Trail, I guess. I mean, the card I put on top. So normally you'd think, oh, they're putting a card at the top of their deck. Let me use the Demolition Field to make them shuffle their deck. But I guess they're just being disciplined for using it for something like a Fountainport. So now we're going to use Nexus of Becoming. Just go from there. That's interesting, but we don't need that right now. Nice. Definitely play that. Very fancy. Oh, they're gonna go for the swing. I guess they're hoping they get something good with it. It's 4 damage. That works. Better yet, I want to draw a card. Drawing cards is fun after all. There's the Ugin. So we'll exile the Archfiend first. We'll use this, just in case they have a bit of triumph. Now we do this, exile that. This is the beginning of the end for the opponent now, I believe. Go to combat. And coincidentally, it's an artifact. We play it. We get to draw another card. And I think we'll end it like that. Opponent's going first. This hand, it's not too bad in the sense that Instant Ramen will draw us an extra card, hopefully finding us our 3rd land. And once we get to 4, we should be good. And look at that. We found our 3rd land already. Sure, why not? Take your pick. I think it's going to either be... I think the best thing for them is the ring. But the White Auracite also could be a good choice for them. So they could get rid of our Ugin. Or we could try to use the Chimil first and then they wasted on that. But we'll see. Here's the Ugin. They might try to get rid of the Ashe this upcoming turn. All it takes is a cut down, honestly, but this card, if left unchecked, will give us a lot of advantage. And that's all it takes, just to cut down. I personally hope they play another creature this turn, so if I could go Day of Judgment, it'll definitely be very much so justified as a play. Oh no. Well, this is where it gets really bad for us, because they're going to take away our Ugin. There's no way they don't pick Ugin. They're gonna pick Ugin, right? Yeah, of course. And they have the counter with the White Auracite to use it on our own. So it's definitely a bad situation for us right now. Well, that works out. Alright, so looks like we're going to use Day of Judgment just to throw them off balance. They have to reset their board. Well then, that's a problem to deal with. But you know what? We're going to do it like this. I need to save the White Auracite to deal with their Ugin and their own White Auracite, so we have to use these cards to counter their cards. And I'm going to try to use the ring and then go into Chimil and go from there, and hopefully they waste one of those cards. But Ugin can only hit cards of color, so they can only get rid of the White Auracite. So they might have stolen my cards, but it's still not going to be easy for them. Just going to absorb this damage. Why not? It's a bloodletter. Okay. I really want them to waste it. So if I do this for 4, then we'll still have 4 mana open. I'm going to keep the Ishgard in my hand as a way to get back cards. I think that might be really good this matchup. There it is. So now they can't get rid of our Ugin with their White Auracite. The whole idea is we wanted to do it this way. So we could... Now we go over the top. We go Ugin. Get rid of that. Which will give it back to us, which will get back the bloodletter under it. 3, 6, yeah. I could technically go for the Chimil right now. But I think we're just going to go and plus it. So if they try to swing at the Soulstone, if they swing Soulstone at Ugin, I'm only going to technically just be taking 1 loyalty counter. But they have the edict, guys. They are ahead of the game. Look at that. So, And that's my Ugin they have. So we technically have 2. Yeah, we have 2 in deck. Alright, fair enough. Let's use the Chimil. Plus, we're going to use this. Get 2 cards back to hand. Now we're going to play this and scry 2 immediately. Okay, now I could go for the Ugin. Go for the swing first. It's fair. Ugin. And they get rid of the White Auracite.
My eye will put an end to this conflict. Open your mind to possibility.
Okay, we got 3. We have a decent amount of mana. And plus we could tap that card before it attacks. Let's go Instant Ramen then real quick. Okay, let's pass. It's going to be a rough game if we don't get rid of their Ugin that they stole from us. But we do have 2 White Auracites in our deck that we could use to get rid of it, and that's literally the only card in our deck that could deal with it right now.
Insight is vital to success.
What is that? Huh, interesting. Are they going to try to equip the sword?
Are yours.
Now we just tap it down. So now this is where we have to find the card. Got to scry. No, we don't need that. Yeah. So we draw. Play this. Not what we need. It's a good card to draw, but I don't think it's going to help us that much. There it is. The problem is we don't have the right amount of... Oh, yes we can, but then they could get rid of it though. That's the problem. So let's do it like this then. Yeah, that would have been White Auracite that they would have gotten rid of if that was the case, so makes sense to do it like this. I'm going to use the Instant Ramen to gain life at the end of the turn. I think that's the right play. Or I could just use Day of Judgment. Look at that. What a coincidence. Or should I say how convenient. Just keeping me in the game. I don't think they could maybe do the -11, but I wonder how many artifacts they could get. Or if they have their own potential Ugin, so. We have 30 cards, they have 48. Yeah, so they do that. They don't know we have the White Auracite, which is really nice because we're going to use it next turn, get rid of that Ugin. And from my understanding, black decks don't have a easy way to get rid of artifacts. So if we use this, we should be able to get rid of that Ugin permanently. So let's do that. And actually, if they even got rid of this card, once it's under it, it would go back under my control since I'm the owner of the card itself. So, can't go wrong with that. Play the Irencrag. And use another Ishgard. Get double Candy Trail back to hands. What else are we going to do? We're going to see what we get with the Nexus of Becoming. It's a good one. Play this. We have a creature now. To scry, and let me tell you something. That is wonderful. We're definitely going to keep that on top. Without a doubt. And I'm just going to pass. Oh, wait a minute. That is crazy. I totally forgot that that the Chimil goes and activates. I'm so sad. I should have drew a card before. That is so funny. And let's see. The rest are put on the bottom in a random order. So I'm gonna have to Demolition Field to do something because now that's at the bottom of my my deck. That's a Gix. Alright, now we're going to exile a card in their graveyard. This time it's going to be Bloodletter. And right before they draw, we are going to scry. We want to see what we're going to get for the initial draw. We don't need that, so put it on the bottom. Let's go for the Candy Trail first. Go for the draw. I'm going to decline that. There it is. They could potentially get rid of it now, but another Sholdred's Edict, but let's see. The Knights of the Round that we put to the bottom by mistake will slowly be on the top if we keep playing like this. Day of Judgment could be good, but I think we just want to find the win cons at this point. So many artifacts on the board. Now they're going to get rid of our Ugin, which is going to be very unfortunate. Yep. We're going to get to the point, though, we're just going to make a bunch of fish and just beat them down, it looks like. Gonna find that Knight of Round once again. Slowly but surely. It'll be crazy if they try to hit the White Auracite thinking that they'll get that Ugin back. They choose that. That is so interesting. I'm actually shocked that they did that, because now I get it right back. I don't know why they did that.
Fate flows as easily as water. The wise heed my advice.
Go to combat. This is where we're going to make our army of creatures. Slowly but surely.
I grant you a boon.
That's fair. There it is. Took a while, but we found it. Oh no. That's alright, we'll just get rid of it with Ugin exiling a card. No big deal. I think they're going to see that Summon Knights around and hold on to it for dear life. Yep. Definitely do. Let's make a fish. Another form of removal in their hand, perhaps? Maybe it's another cut down they have. Let's make another fish. And guess what? Another fish. Alright, so now we go to our turn. Let's scry real quick. We just need to find a artifact so we can get rid of that card. I mean, I guess we could just play the Ugin then. We're at the point where we only have so many cards left in our deck, so... What is even in our deck? We definitely have artifacts, but not that many. So I think I am just going to add 3. Play another one. The double.
resources. Our goals align, so you have aid.
Go to combat. Well, that's actually crazy. That works out better than I thought. This with Nexus of Becoming. Crazy combo. And now we could still bring out even more fish at the end of their turn. Keep it in the hand just in case we need to exile something else with Ugin. Like that, perhaps. And if that's all they have, then we should have it. Finally, of course. It's been a long game. Alright, time to make a fish. Another fish. I go for the throat. And we're shy 1 mana of doing the ability to use another fish, or should I say to make another fish, so oh well. So we draw, make 3 more knights because why not, of course. Exile that, and let's see if this is enough damage to throw out there to win. I'm gonna find out. Yeah, I was even trying to add it up. I was like, oh, this is a bunch of creatures on the field. This should be enough, right? So, just going to pass. Just put it in our hand. Now at instant speed, we could exile something. And we get it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comment section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.